How do you prevent buyers from stealing your deals? How to choose the right title company? How do you find cash buyers when you're virtually wholesaling? We'll learn this and more through the third episode of FlipTainment. Stand by. Let's get it.
Flip man, it's the flip man. Flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
You wholesale virtually out of state. How do you stop the cash buyer from going behind your back and stealing your deal?
I think those are the pitfalls of wholesaling virtually. In my opinion, you just got to have some boots on the ground that is for you, wherever you are virtually wholesaling. Who can meet with the cash buyer, who can meet with the sellers. I know a lot of people out there teaching this virtual thing without meeting anybody, but you got to have a team of someone there so you can control the narrative. If you're not there to control the narrative, then they have there's a great possibility that they're going to go behind your back. That's just, once that seller and buyer meet and they realize that you really don't have no skin in the game and he has the house and he has the money and they have that first conversation, they're going to minimize your fee or really go behind your back. So you have to control that in so many ways. And the only way I feel you can control that is having boots on the ground that is working for you, that's controlling their narrative, when they're looking at the property. Because even though, you could give them a lot of pictures and a lot of videos, personally, I think every true investor is still going to eventually walk that property before they buy it. So you definitely have to have people on the ground that can help facilitate those meetings for you if you're not there. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, you gotta have some form of representative there to represent you and your interest within the transaction. So it's really just that simple or whatever. So whether that's another wholesaler, a friend, a family member, a real estate agent, whoever, you got to have someone to represent. It's just simple as being able to show a house or be there at a house when a seller and buyer meet because the seller wouldn't provide a key. And that's going to happen if you do this long enough, right? And so, so to answer your question, yeah, that's part of it. You got to just have someone to mediate on your behalf, so once you figure that out, sky's the limit on virtual wholesaling in any market of decent size. So can you explain why it's good to use a purchase and sales agreement instead of an assignment for the buyer? Guys, guess what? I had to interrupt you, but it's here. The app, Dealulator, aka PropStream, is now available for Apple and Android. This is a game changer. You've been asking for it. I've mentioned it a couple of times. The app is here. I know you can't really see anything here with the glare from my lights, but it is available. So if you already got it, all you got to do is just go to whatever device you have, whether it's Android or an Apple phone, iPhone or whatever, and download it from their app stores or Google Play or whatever. But if you did have it and you dropped it, you need to get it back. This is awesome. It is awesome, right? I've been waiting on it. I know you all have been waiting on it, so you gotta get it. So the PropStream app is available. Please go to my site, dealulator.com, where you can get the 5-day free trial. Plus, we'll have a training video on this coming soon, probably within the next day or two after this video. It's gonna show you all the great features that it offers. So again, you can get it now, guys. The app is available. Dealulator, aka PropStream. Back to regular programming. I don't really say one is better than the other. It's just my preference and how I was taught and how I teach it. For me, if I promote a price versus an assignment fee amount, buyers are going to negotiate a price based on whether that price works for them. Whether I have a property under contract for $1 or $100,000 or whatever. So that's why I promote, purchase and sales agreement with the seller, purchase and sales agreement with the buyer. You can advertise your assignment fee. They're going to knowingly negotiate your money. When I put out a price out there, they may think they got the best deal in the world, and I'm like, I really wanted 20,000 out there. They only negotiated back to 28,000. I picked up another 8,000. I didn't even think I was going to make. I bet you if you said, hey, I want a $20,000 assignment fee, I guarantee you, in most cases, now you may have some bidding wars, that's rare, but and they say, well, instead of your 20, I'll give you 28,000. You see what I'm saying? So no, that's why you promote a price, and that's done with a purchase and sales agreement. What you think?
No, I totally agree, 100%. I mean, I never ever use the assignment, but like you said, Ty. I mean, you got to understand you got to understand the dynamic of the transaction. So no one really wants to pay for something, then they know that you haven't really worked for. So it gives them the ability to see exactly what your fee is, and then for some reason, people want to count your pockets. It's like, okay, you haven't done that much for 20,000. I'll give you 5. So to me, it allows me to have less conversations about my fee, and allows us to focus on getting you a great deal, regardless of what's in between. You got a deal at the price that you're willing to pay for. So that's why I prefer the purchase agreement over the assignment, because I don't want to have to explain my money per se.
What's up? All right. How do you find buyers in markets you don't live in?
I think it's taking the approach. You're taking all the marketing campaigns and strategies that you can do from a virtual standpoint. I personally don't do a lot of virtual wholesaling in other states. I mean, I think I've just been spoiled with Atlanta that I didn't need to, but so what do you think?
Well, you're going to go through the same process that you would if you're promoting a property locally. You're still going to network your butt off in any of the local Facebook and LinkedIn groups. You would normally do that locally. You're going to post your deals in those Facebook and LinkedIn groups and on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, right? You're going to reach out to other wholesalers in that market. That goes back to networking. All right, the obvious wholesalers. A simple thing you can do is just simply go to Google. I did a recent post on IG and TikTok on it. Simply go to Google and do a search, sell my house fast in the name of that city. Those first 2 pages, 3 pages of results, especially the ones at the very top and the very bottom, which are ads, they're paying a lot of money to be there, right? And normally they're actual wholesalers and or flippers or whatever, investors. So so that alone, you're going to get some real players in that particular market by itself or whatever. So especially if you have a great deal, you'll move it really fast, just with that simple tip. So basically going to do the same thing you would do. The only thing you can't do is show up at meetups and real groups. Everything else is pretty much the internet or whatever, and just normal technology and communications or whatever, and just getting in there, mixing it up. You have a great deal. And if it's in like I said, a decent sized city, you market that deal, it's gone or whatever. Everybody, this is no secret, man. The hustle is real out here on this real estate thing, man. It has been forever and will continue to be unless, again, they make shelter free. Then we got to try to figure out something else.
Right.
I don't see that happening anytime soon, though. So, so hopefully that made sense. How is a purchase and sales agreement used with the buyer? I'm in Texas, and most people here use an assignment contract. So we sort of already have went through this a couple of times or whatever, but you're still going to get paid via an assignment. You're just initiating everything with 2 purchase and sales agreements, one with you and the seller, one with you and the buyer or whatever. even if an attorney wants that on file or within the documents, all they have to do is just present it at closing and you sign it,
Right.
and the buyer signs it or whatever. I've done that quite a few times. You've ever done that where they just gotta have one involved?
Yeah.
And they just want you to sign it at closing or whatever. So if that's just a part of, but just understand that contracts are not the actual deal. They're only to initiate the deal. The actual paperwork and everything to get paid on is handled at the closing table. So if anything additional is needed, sometimes an attorney may want you, or a closing title company may want you to send it just, a day before. We need it, like they just gonna die if they don't get it. Or what? Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But by then, the seller's he's already started planning and getting his folks lined up and trying to get the power turned on and all that stuff or whatever. So that's a normal done deal by that point or whatever. So but anyway, and a lot of times they've
But
already.
if you can't control it, if you gotta have it, try to control your attorney to make it be at a document that they sign at the closing table.
Yeah.
So, don't give them a chance to sleep on it.
How to determine the right title company?
That's a good question. I mean, every market is different. Every attorney is different. If you're wholesaling, I think just give them the scenario, let them know exactly what you're doing, and let them know that, hey, I'm putting together these real estate transactions, but I'm wholesaling them, and I like to do double closings or maybe assignment closings. Can you facilitate those type of transactions? And then they'll begin to tell you what they can and cannot do. What do you think?
Yeah. If you just gotta find one, there's so many wholesalers out here now in every market. You can just go into a group, Facebook group that's local to you, and just ask a question. There's gonna be some people that are just gonna automatically just gonna help you. Just like Renika, you frequent all this stuff. Someone reached out to you, you probably no hesitation. You ain't got nothing to lose on that. Or well, you never know who you're
I just did that the other day. Yeah.
And so
because stuff like that does become word of mouth.
Yeah, just word of mouth. Just who's gonna deal. So you can go into my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man. It's over 60,000 people in there. Somebody's gonna probably know in your market who to deal with as far as being wholesalers, assignment, double close friendly or whatever in that market. So that's something. You don't even have to worry about Google. Just go to, like I say, some of these Facebook groups, Instagram, just search for those typical markets and just ask people, glad to refer that information to you or whatever. But ideally, if sometimes you don't have control over that, depending on what buyers you're dealing with. So you have to keep that in mind also or whatever. So you don't want to start running titles every time you get a property on the contract. You start piling up those fees. All of them may not close. You know what I'm saying? You can run a relationship unless you're gonna pay all those fees or whatever. So just a side note.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Oh, super man! I'm glad you joined us. What you got?
Yeah. I got this property. Let me say it's a relative of mine. He is emotionally tied to his property, but he is trying to sell. I know everybody really emotionally tied to their property. You know what I'm saying? But the value that he wants, I don't think that he really could get. And I tried to do the comps in the neighborhood. His thing is they're $1 million houses right across the street from him. And so the price that he wants to like $290K. And I'm trying to see how can I make some money. And I think I did the deal calculator. I think it came out to like 130 or 180 or something like that. And I'm like, that's a long way from 290.
Right.
So I don't know what to do.
What's the ARV?
I think the ARV said like 250.
And he wants 290.
He wants 290.
Oh, boy,
that's the problem right there. We gotta educate.
And yeah, you wouldn't have offered 180. That's 30. Yeah, does it need any repairs?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's a. They
do it need to be updated?
It could be updated.
Okay, those are repairs.
Yes.
The price itself, depending on the square footage.
Yes, man, I wish
Is
there
the
was a way.
property that's selling for 250? Are they look like that one, or they look like they've been renovated?
No, he has like, I think it's like his lot is big. I think his lot is like 8,000 square feet or something like that. And you know, the other houses that they did in the was like 20,000. So it's
Mhm.
hard for me to really do the comps like that, because he's looking at how big his yard is and things of that nature, and the property value across the street.
And it doesn't matter.
Right, right.
I mean, yard is extra, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the dwelling on the property is really what brings the value to the property. You know, unless he's looking, you know, the only reason your yard, it allows you to expand the house. It allows you to make the house bigger. And once you expand the house to make it bigger, now you added value to the land, you added value to the house. But just having a big yard with nothing there
Right.
is really no different probably from his neighbors. So unless he's looking to, build another house back there on his yard, or looking to expand the dwelling on his yard, it doesn't make or break the deal, you
So his
know.
yard,
Um,
you said his lot was 8,000 and theirs is 20,000?
Yeah, I think it. I should have wrote everything down. You know what I'm saying? So I
Well,
can't.
it sounds like his lot is smaller than theirs.
smaller.
Anyway, so that's not a
No,
fact.
I mean, I think that
Well, you can see what your eyes tell you. Whose lot bigger, his or theirs?
his is big. His is
Okay,
big.
okay, backwards then. Okay,
Right.
all right.
Yeah.
So, but that's irrelevant. Like she said,
Mhm.
let's see. That's irrelevant. It's
Right.
relevant, but it's irrelevant. But he's so far from. Well, how many square feet is his house?
Oh my! I think it was. I should have wrote it. I'm unprepared. I got on prop stream, but I'm on my phone.
Well, I can just tell you and him are still for. He wants to. Wait a minute. So the ARV is what now?
Listen, can you look it up?
Yeah, I can look it up. Yeah.
There you go. All right, it's 8052.
Hold on 1 second for me. Just 1 second. Should have had this up, my bad.
Oh, by the way, I missed the 21.
Mr. 21.
I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago. I told you I'm the one that did the, all that time, and y'all was like, woo wee.
Oh, yeah. How many years was it?
21.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
wee.
Yeah. How old were
That
you
is
then?
a wee one.
I was 28 then.
Okay, so you're right at 50. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. All right. Good to see you, my man.
Yes.
All right. What's the address?
8052 Dorr, DORR Street, Toledo, Ohio.
Okay. That's an interesting street. All right. I'm assuming you all can see this, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Joseph Quinn.
Yes.
Okay, that's your uncle. Okay. Now, okay, yeah, Joseph. Okay, that's almost 2 acres. It is 2 acres. He's sitting on his lot is 87,120. And if for you all that don't know what the square footage of an acre is, 43,560. And if you can't visualize that, it's a football field without the end zones.
Mm.
And the house is 3,000 square feet. Lord. Ooh.
2 acres is good though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bring some value. 2 acres brings some value.
So the only house that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go down in square footage. Maybe we can pull up some more comps here.
Because I only got one from there.
I'm gonna go down to 1,500 square feet. As far as I know it's smaller, but at least we can pull something. All right. So we have this. So his house was built in 1990. We show a house built in 1995 for 252. So that's your comp right there. So we know at least his house is worth 252,000. It's worth more because he's sitting on 2 acres, no question about that.
Yeah.
And so, like this house right here, sitting on 18,000 square feet as far as the lot size, square footage 1,000 less than his. So we know Yonkers at least 250. right? So it's probably
Is
going
that
to.
250 renovated or is that 250?
That sold back in August of this year. So let's look at it. We'll go to Zillow and look at it if it was sold recently, through MLS or whatever. So you all may not be able to see what I'm seeing. Hold on a second. Let me just pull it up first before I pull it up. Well, it's in really good condition. Well, it looks like it was. Let me just pull it up. Let me just show it to you on Zillow. Hold on a second here. All right, so here are the pictures. So I don't know if it was renovated, but it was in good condition.
Yeah. Just, yeah, it's pretty good condition.
Yeah, it's pretty good condition. So
I would love to know what are the renovated properties are really selling for in the area.
yeah, because this house needs updating, but it's in really good condition.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's going to be north of 300,000 for sure.
Yeah.
What he wants for it. Just that's a lot of land or whatever.
Yeah.
So and then let me see. Let's go back to the. So you said houses across the street selling for $1 million. So let's just go a mile out and see what happens here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in a mile radius, I don't see anything over. I see some 400s in here or whatever. So that's your map right there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
how do a $400,000 property look?
Okay, pull that up. This one went for 430. It sold back in July. All right, let me see here. Let me look at it first, and I'll pull it up. Okay. All right. Now that house is 3,300 square feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me go back. What year is it?
Which is a very important piece when you're looking at comps. So you really pull it up and really evaluate the type of the condition of the property, the condition of the rehab. That's a very important piece because, if that property been rehabbed to top notch, you're going to have to do similar rehab work in order to meet that goal as well.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Renee?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a renovation. It's just been well maintained,
It's been well maintained.
Yeah, I guess that counts for something. So
yeah, that's interesting.
But that house is let's see how far it is from this one. Let me stop the share.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I was having so much. See, I'm a newbie, and I was having so much trouble trying to comp this.
All right, so
this is a great location, though. I mean, the properties are solid.
Yeah, that house was built in 2002. Your uncle's house was built in 1990. It's in a 20,000 square foot lot. It is 3,100 square feet.
Well, that's what 3 acres, right?
And it's a mile away. So, what number is that? Number 28. I don't see it here on the map. Let's blow this map up. All right, so.
Well, that's been on 3 acres? The one you just pulled up?
No, it's sitting on like just 20,000, just half of an acre, not even half an acre. Oh, now he's sitting on some, you know what I'm saying? Got some good comps in here. He's sitting on 2 acres, it's definitely something there. I don't know what, but something.
Right. Right. The key is that none of those properties are really renovated, so I can only imagine what you can get if you really, really upgrade and do something amazing. But
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that was number 28 right here. That's what I was looking at. It's up here in the left, right here. His property way down here. So and that's a subdivision right there. So you really can't count that. It's a mile away or whatever. So
yeah, and that's what I learned about. If you jump across a subdivision, then that don't count.
Yeah. So boom. So there you go, my man. hopefully that made sense to you. But regardless, I still think at 250.
You may be more confused.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna tell you, that 180 that you're talking about, that probably would work, right? That probably would work. You know, if he would accept that, but it doesn't sound like your uncle needs the bread. He has zero motivation,
Right.
You know. So, but you know, offers are free. Say, hey, best I know I could do. If I'm gonna get involved, we're gonna need to probably be around 150 or so.
Okay.
You know, and looking at the comps, he can really get 250 as is.
Yeah.
Looking at those comps, you know, it's not overly renovated. You know, I'm not for sure the condition of his property, but if it's similar to what I just seen, you know, he can really get that full 250.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Well, I'm working on it.
All right. Well, make it happen, man.
Make it happen.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Welcome.
Good night.
Yeah. All right.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.